Puberty is a remarkable journey, a time of transformation that marks the transition from childhood to adulthood. While every individual's experience is unique, there are some key differences between how boys and girls move through this pivotal stage of life. Understanding these distinctions helps us appreciate the complexities of growing up and supports young people as they navigate the changes happening within and around them. To begin, let's consider when puberty typically starts. For girls, puberty often begins between the ages of 8 and 13, while for boys, it typically starts a bit later, between ages 9 and 14. These ages are averages, and it's entirely normal for some to start earlier or later. The timing is influenced by a combination of genetics, environment, nutrition, and overall health. For both boys and girls, the process is orchestrated by hormones, chemical messengers that signal the body to begin developing in new ways. In girls, one of the first signs of puberty is the development of breast tissue, which can start as a small, tender bump under the nipple. This is usually followed by the growth of pubic hair and eventually hair under the arms. Another significant milestone is the onset of menstruation, also known as a period. Menstruation is a clear sign that the body is capable of reproduction, though it often takes a few years for cycles to become regular. Along with these changes, girls will notice growth spurts, with rapid increases in height and weight, as well as the widening of hips and a general rounding of the body's contours. Skin may become oilier, leading to acne, and sweat glands become more active, requiring greater attention to personal hygiene. For boys, the first signs of puberty are usually the enlargement of the testicles and the thinning and reddening of the scrotal skin. Shortly after, the penis begins to grow and pubic hair appears, followed by hair on the face, chest, and under the arms. Boys experience their own growth spurts, which tend to occur later than girls but are often more dramatic, resulting in broader shoulders and increased muscle mass. Voice changes are another hallmark, as the larynx grows and vocal cords lengthen, causing the familiar voice crack and eventually a deeper, more resonant voice. Boys may also notice increased sweating, oily skin, and acne. Hormones are at the center of all these changes. In girls, the primary hormone is estrogen, produced by the ovaries. Estrogen is responsible for the development of secondary sexual characteristics, such as breasts, wider hips, and the menstrual cycle. In boys, testosterone, produced by the testes, drives the development of the penis, testicles, muscles, and facial hair, as well as changes in voice and overall body composition. While both boys and girls can experience emotional ups and downs during puberty, the way these emotions manifest can differ. Girls may become more sensitive or self-conscious about their changing bodies and may feel mood swings tied to hormonal fluctuations, especially as they begin menstruating. Boys might feel pressure to appear strong or independent, and they may grapple with new feelings of aggression or risk-taking behaviors spurred by rising testosterone levels. Both may experience confusion, excitement, or anxiety about their developing identities and place in the world. Socially, puberty can be both exciting and challenging. For girls, the visible signs of puberty, such as breast development and menstruation, can bring a mix of anticipation and anxiety. They may feel proud of their maturity, but also worry about standing out or being teased. Boys, facing later and often less visibly obvious changes, might feel left behind if their peers develop earlier, or self-conscious about their changing voices or sudden growth spurts. Friendships and social dynamics often shift during this time, as young people seek acceptance and struggle to define themselves. Academically, the changes of puberty might impact focus and performance. Sleep patterns often shift, with both boys and girls tending to stay up later and have trouble waking up early. This is partly due to changes in the brain's sleep-wake cycle, and it's not unusual for teens to feel perpetually tired. Emotional changes can add to stress, and both boys and girls may benefit from support and understanding from parents, teachers, and friends. Another area where puberty differs between boys and girls is in the pace and sequence of changes. For girls, the the process tends to be more gradual and predictable. Breast development and pubic hair growth usually occur first, followed by growth spurts, then menstruation. For boys, the changes can be more spread out and less linear. Growth spurts may happen later, and the development of facial and body hair, deepening of the voice, and increased muscle mass can continue well into the late teens. It's important to remember that not everyone fits the average timeline or pattern. Some girls may start menstruating earlier or later than their peers. Some boys may not notice significant changes until high school. This variability is normal, and comparing oneself to others can lead to unnecessary worry or self-doubt. Physical health plays a crucial role during puberty for both boys and girls. Eating a balanced diet, staying active, and getting enough sleep are essential for supporting healthy development. Good hygiene habits become more important as oil and sweat glands become more active. Both boys and girls may also need guidance regarding body image, as media and social expectations can create unrealistic standards and pressures. Emotional and mental health are equally important. Puberty brings a surge of new feelings and experiences, from attraction and curiosity about relationships to questions about identity and self-worth. Open communication with trusted adults can make a world of difference. Learning to express emotions in healthy ways, developing coping skills, and building supportive friendships all help young people navigate the sometimes turbulent waters of adolescence. Sexuality is another important aspect of puberty. As bodies mature, feelings of attraction and interest in romantic relationships emerge. It's natural to have questions and concerns. Access to accurate information and safe spaces to talk about relationships, consent, and boundaries is critical for both boys and girls. In summary, while the journey through puberty is universal, the path is shaped by many factors, including gender. Girls tend to start earlier, with changes focused on reproduction and body shape. Boys start a bit later, with changes centered on muscle growth, voice changes, and facial hair. Both experience emotional and social challenges, but with understanding, support, and self-care, puberty can be a time of growth, discovery, and empowerment. Embracing these differences and the similarities helps us support one another through life's remarkable transitions.